There must be a definitive strategy. Plan to drive a wedge between individuals. I intend for people to become so ideologically divided that they openly attack one another. The day when someone can truly hear an opposite viewpoint is now here. As it has passed. Calmly and collectedly, without taking offense or becoming defensive or violent. It appears that we have been forced into these small camps, where we are isolated. It is absurd that the entire Fifth Estate is devoted to spreading hate speech and encouraging individuals to insult one another. You know what they mean when they say we fall into habits and never break out of them. Honestly, it's unnecessary. There are a lot of valid points, not to mention that individuals will hold varying opinions on those matters. Viewpoints and alternative ideas, and you understand their perspective because, look at all the troubles that some of us have. Even if we're reading about the problem, we aren't truly a part of it. We haven't actually gone through it or anything similar. So naturally, there's all these various things. But I'll tell you something. They're throwing it around like wildfire. Its sole purpose, in my view, is to effectively sow dissension. As well as being completely absurd. We should be striving to unite and find common ground now, not to divide and conquer like we did when I was a kid. When I was a kid, my family was very devout. Also, we used to attend a church that welcomed people of all different nationalities and ethnic backgrounds. It was a truly multicultural experience, and I never learned to see anyone as different or less than me because of it. Because you are aware of the distinctions and that no, absolutely not. We all played when we were kids. We had fun playing in the snow as a group. We certainly had some thrilling adventures while constructing our snow forts. It's a wonder we survived. I mean, we dug so deep that we made him squirm. But the point is, it wasn't you. It wasn't anything that made me distrust or dislike other people. Their differences are meaningless. What matters is that we are distinct from one another, both in terms of our appearance and our ethnic background. That is insufficient. This is absolutely necessary. Utterly separated according to our viewpoint. Distinctions in the appearance of all that the entire situation in which we were. Keep in mind that in class, there were people who were around my age, or somewhat older or younger. We used to be able to have good debates when we were younger, but I think that's changing now. If you're in your 40s, you might agree or at least connect with this. There was a time when people could go to university and discuss anything they wanted without fear of retaliation, harassment, or physical violence. Now, however, that fear has faded, and people are free to express their opinions on any topic they like. You can get a deplatform on social media just for having the wrong opinion. Get that? And then what? What do you name that guy? It's a way to make him feel like an outcast, isn't it? I suppose it's time to step into the public square in the stocks since you face public shaming and humiliation, social exclusion, and other forms of social exclusion. In today's world, that's likely what you would say. Once upon a time, there was a system whereby anybody caught stealing lol bread or anything else would be publicly shamed and put in the stock. People back then thought that was the best, rather than putting these individuals through an indefinite period of incarceration for a series of minor offenses. We will simply subject them to the ultimate humiliation in the hopes that it will serve as a deterrent. That, it seems, is the way it is. Now that you have the wrong opinion, you're going to be embarrassed in a big way. When you read the comments on articles like these, you might ask, have you guys really drunk the Kool-Aid? This is especially true for those of us who are old enough to understand that to do all this is because, well, you're singing. Their song, "You Are Comparable to the Choir," illustrates their point. It's all back and forth and such. And as some of you are aware, the discussion becomes so contentious that it's almost as if they were arguing or yelling at the police. What I mean is, it's really insane. And we're about to enter a significant election year. And let me tell you, they're really bringing it to the US and globally. Asks, why are you doing this? So, what's the plan? I will inform you. The point is, they want to find ways to separate us so that they can create wedges between us. Because when we stand together, we stand stronger than when we stand apart. They are, in my view, sowing discord. Between individuals. And that is just what transpires. Let's beat the living daylights out of them by dividing and conquering them. Once they've developed a strong dislike for one group, we can approach them individually rather than dealing with the entire situation at once. We can't say the words on this platform, but a united group has now declared that we should all think about this. I don't know who said it, but I heard it during World War II, when everything was happening so quickly. In any case, you're aware that when they came to retrieve us, the same thing was said. Everyone who felt this way remained silent, and the same was true when they went to get this one and that one. They said nothing. Upon their arrival to eventually bring me to that place. It all boils down to that. Dudes, no one else dared to speak. Refrain from take stock of your disagreements. By any measure, you're as far away as the United States of America. This community is truly Judy, and I am grateful for it. I mean, isn't that why we always give our best? That's why I think you're the most knowledgeable person in the crypto community, because that's what we believe in you and what we see in you. We're all working towards the same goal. So let's not get caught up in the trivialities of who comes out on top or who has the best project. The problem is, there isn't really a culture in this area. Rather, there are entities like Bitcoin Maxis and the Chainlink Defense Forces. There are countless more, including Cardano Samurai, Pay, the XRP Army, and so on. If we can make a killing off of our investments, it will change our lives, and that's why we're all here. Don't you think it's important? In certain instances when such professionals arrive, for what reason do individuals bother to weep, collapse into one another, in the faith or project of another party in a number of assets? Certainly, there are reasons, don't you think? Very often, it's due to the asset's poor quality or anything related to their personal agenda. This is a team sport, so I have to defeat your squad. Look at this bright new future when distributed ledger technology is used. God forbid. You will be unable to accomplish anything positive. There is a real possibility that technology may radically alter how the natural world functions. Something is going to slip my lips. Right now, Gore is a great place to find opportunities. Is there going to be a distribution of wealth? You can't change the way commerce works, and that includes the fact that there will be. I don't mean to look down on you. Though. My perspective is that in an argument, one should not try to bring down the other person. In fact, at this very moment, this is the golden rule. Whoever has the most gold at their disposal gets to decide how things are run on this planet. I mean, we've all seen that one. But what about the actual do unto others as you would have them do unto you? Was the golden rule that Jesus taught. It's about putting others before yourself, about loving your neighbor as yourself, about creating a civilization worth fighting for. And, hey, you guys from way back when it was worth dying for, with our parents and grandparents and all that, wasn't it? Taking a position for liberty, freedom, and togetherness must be one of those things in life that is truly worth sacrificing everything for. Concerning that matter, I am not in the habit of belittling others simply because they hold a viewpoint that differs from mine or from theirs. You know, people are simply who they are. Distinct from myself. Thus, what is your level of knowledge? We celebrate diversity in almost everything in the world, except this one. Imagine entering a flower shop or a garden and being astounded by the sheer variety of flowers there. Each one has its own unique scent, appearance, smell, and color. It's truly a sight to behold. Another is that, as you may have heard, it does not constitute a definition of insanity. My friend. That's what I'll tell you. Now is the time for you to know. Take pride in being unique. To put it simply, I love it. You are an exquisitely special creation of God, and you are an integral part of His everlasting purpose. A man's heart may have many ideas, but the Lord's purpose always comes to fruition. Everyone, stop being a part of this crazy thing where people are destroying each other and starting new feuds. Instead, be a difference maker and a bridge builder. That's my opinion. I hope you're all having a fantastic Friday, and remember that we are here for you. Let me tell you about our next question and answer session on Saturday and our sugar session on Sunday. We're going to brainstorm some incredible truths and encouraging nuggets that will be absolutely wonderful to take into our lives. Attention all individuals, I really hope it's fantastic for you. Until we have a fantastic video to share with you later on. Who you are. I wish you a fantastic day.